As prices continue to rise on just about everything that Americans need to purchase, it is becoming increasingly difficult for parents and families to do their back to school shopping, which, of course, is taking place around the country right now. Some schools, like where I live, have already started back this week. You have other schools starting back in the next few weeks. But across the country, parents are spending an average of $900 per student to do back to school shopping. That includes obviously school supplies, clothes, shoes, backpacks, everything. And while this is happening, the administration, in their recent inflation report, actually bragged about how great it is for back to school shopping because prices are coming down. And they specifically said that prices are coming down on things like hotels, ship fares, and sports tickets. Now, I don't know about you, but, I remember having to do back to school shopping as a child. I do it with my children and wife now. I don't think ever in the course of back to school shopping we've needed to book a hotel, book passage on a ship, or go to a sporting event as part of a back to school sale. Like those things the administration is bragging about, like we're lowering costs for kids by making hotels cheaper. That's not a thing. And for the record, the reason that hotels and ship fares are dropping right now, do you know why that is? Because summer's ending, you idiots. It's not because, all right, we'll just lower prices. It's literally what happens at the end of the season. Okay? Like, that's not because you did something. It's because tourist season is ending. So to entice people to take time off work and school, you got to offer them an incentive. And the way to do that is to lower prices. But nevertheless, a financial analyst who also happens to be the former commissioner of the U.S. Federal Trade Commission and the former director of the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau by the name of Rohit Chopra had this to say about the debt that families are incurring by simply trying to do back-to-school shopping. Here is what I'm worried about, he says. You're going to see all sorts of companies jack up prices, even if their products are not even subject to the tariffs, because they think they can get away with it. And Americans already have $1.2 trillion in credit card debt, with interest rates of 25, 26%. A lot of Americans are going to charge up more, and they will pay dearly. A lot of them are going to rack up more debt. So it feels like a 1-2 punch of constant price hikes. And I thought we were supposed to see lower prices in the grocery store, lower prices when it comes to buying clothes. That's not what we're seeing at all. And it's going to put people on a treadmill of debt. Now, for those of you old enough to remember the Bush years and the financial collapse that we suffered towards the end of his second term in office, one of the big problems, which eventually, of course, led to the creation of the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, was credit card debt and the payday lenders, right? People were racking up all kinds of debt because the economy was in the toilet, prices were going up, wages were going down. So this debt balloon exploded. And I'm not talking about national debt, banking debt. I'm talking about personal debt exploded. And it took years and years and years for people to get out of it, if they were able to get out of it at all. And now we're right back on the same cycle, because this is what happens in Republican administrations. You can trace it all the way back to Reagan, folks, when credit cards became the it thing and debt exploded. Then George W. Bush, now Trump. It is a cycle. It is a pattern. It is predictable. It happens when a Republican is in office. People suddenly can't afford their basic necessities, like getting their kids a new pair of shoes to go back to school. But this is the country we're living in now. A country that Republicans repeatedly break, Democrats attempt to fix, but they don't fix it fast enough. So the public says, well, maybe a Republican can do it, and then they break it even more. It is a cycle that has literally existed for my entire lifetime, and I don't see it breaking anytime soon. Thanks for watching, everybody, and if you're not already, please subscribe to the channel. We got fresh content every day for you. And if you want to follow us across social media, make sure you check out all of the social links that we have posted in the description of this video.